Drago turns evil, and V is TC's older brother? I am Haru Ren. Welcome to my review of episode 23 of Bakugan Gen 3. So spoiler warning, if you haven't seen this episode yet, go back and watch it now. But if you have, sit back, relax, and enjoy my review of Bakugan Gen 3, episode 23. The first part is his strength is now our strength. So we continue from last episode where Nilius is taking Drago to the underground base under V's arena. If you recall, Drago is faking being infected after losing to Nilius so he can look for Ventry from the inside.
Don't you worry. Brainwashing Drago's impossible. His head's too thick. Burn!
And like every main villain that thinks they've won, Nilius just monologues about how he managed to brainwash Bakugan.
Bakugan that have been infected with the virus will do whatever V tells them to. Because during the brawl, I knocked you into submission. My weapons are a means of control. Every snap infects your mind. Not that telling you any of this matters, but it is nice knowing that I outsmarted you.
He starts monologuing.
Yeah, it turns out the virus is inside Nilius' whips, and V's mask can control the Bakugan while the virus is in their code or something. Yeah, so pretty much the V virus recycled from Gen 2. Oh hey, V is rewatching that match that TC had with Rip. Now that is a great attention to detail with a reminder of his interest in him. But the alarm trips when Drago contacts the Misfits. I have no idea how you're able to send out a signal from an underground cave. Pretty sure the reception would be less than dreadful.
The signal's jammed! They're blocking our comms!
Drago, get out of there!
What's that, little Jasper? Run away?
I thought the signal is being blocked. That means Drago shouldn't be hearing Griffin or Jasper.
He's not here!
Worked like a charm. I'm rolling out.
Seriously, just make Kyle Derek Optimus Prime already. He'd be perfect for the role.
Tell all the guys doing Transformers now to bring me in as Optimus Prime, because it's one of my dream guys, okay? Help me out here.
So Drago escapes out of the base into the cave, and the Misfits teleport in. Seriously, how does the portal things even work? But V and the brainwashed Bakugan catch them, and we got the corporate-mandated fight quota for this episode. However, this fight is pretty good. The virus, although it's blocked from taking hold of Drago, and it's still inside him. So, in a pretty cool scene, V increases the virus effect inside Drago and takes control of him. Now we got evil Dragonoid attacking Bruiser and Hammerhead. It does look pretty cool, though. Surprisingly, this episode, while we got this awesome fight scene and Drago infiltration, it felt rather short. Probably because of the Nilius monologuing, or we didn't actually get to see Drago wandering around V's base, hacking into computers or looking for hidden technology, and instead having Nilius spill everything outright. I really feel like they could have done more in this episode, especially since it doesn't seem like the plan accomplished anything. I don't know what their plan was for after Drago got into the base. How are you going to get Ventry out of there? Were you expecting Nilius to spill all of their secrets? What is the end goal here? So Drago and the brainwashed Bakugan are kicking ass while V struggles to maintain control, but Griffin teleports in with the modified version of the vaccine. For some reason, it's in a super soaker. The vaccine is shot in the weapon BAMs and infuses the weapons with the cure to erase the virus like Nilius' whips.
That's the same as mine!
Wow, there is a Ventry plushie right there! Spin Master, when are we getting these? But V's necklace has triggered TC's memory, and he recognizes V as his older brother!
You're my brother?
What a twist!
And we move on to Broke This World, where we start off at the exact same moment as we left off with before. V unmasks and tells TC the backstory of how he came to be. And I gotta say, this is probably the most sad but relatable villain stories we have gotten in this franchise. Despite the thought process of the whole thing that made up the season, Vikar's backstory is actually really amazing. Being raised along with TC to engineer parents that left their lucrative jobs at a massive corporation, Illusion Tech, in order to try and help others without exploiting them for profit. But unfortunately, when the Bakugan arrived on Earth, one crashed into their house, igniting the propane tank and killing both of their parents. While the Bakugan later were welcomed into human society, this sparked a hatred in Vikar because nobody knows or cares that they lost their parents because of Bakugan. Vikar and Andrew were left homeless and abandoned to where not even the company their parents dedicated their lives for wanted to care for their well-being. Not only does the anger and rage within Vicar grow so large that it becomes to the point of extremism, but also becomes one of major callousness, thinking that the Bakugan were the cause of humanity's problems and the company that left them with only $20 to buy a Big Mac meal at McDonald's was the cause of him and his brother's own suffering. In fact, when V was testing his prototype math that led to the first rampage from the first episode, the debris from Octagon caused Andrew's amnesia and led to him being sent to Illusion Tech as part of their Super Soldier program. V's story is absolutely tragic and heartbreaking, having to suffer the pain of losing his family and being abandoned by the world. You understand where he's coming from and sort of feel like his actions were justified, misinterpreting his mother's last words to him about having to change the world with your own hands and not waiting for the world to change for you. Ali Badshah's performance in this reading really captures the emotions of sadness and anger that V was going through really well.
Humanity welcomed Bakugan with open arms, but turned their backs on those who had lost everything. The Bakugan broke this world. We paid a visit to Illusion Tech, but they acted like mother and father were meaningless to them. Our parents spent their lives at that company and they turned their backs on us. If they won't help, then I'll help myself.
Not to mention the way V shifts from soft and hurt to absolute power-hungry psycho is an amazing touch to his character, only becoming more cynical and crazy when he's holding or wearing the mask. Almost like the person of Vicar and the villain that is V are two separate entities, and the persona of V is a sickness taking over Vicar.
They took me in and made me family.
But I'm your real family, Andrew. You have me now just like before. I have the Kogito drive. I have an army. I'm only missing one thing. Andrew, things will only be perfect once you are standing by my side. You remember what Mom said? We are stronger together. I will use the Bakugan to take over. I won't let you come between me and my brother.
The whole character behind Vicar really is compelling, complex, and really understandable, especially since TC is directly related to the main villain, therefore creating the personal effect the villain has with our main heroes. By the way, Vicar and TC's mom is played by Anna Sani, who voiced Veronica Venegas, Magnus' sister Emily, and Crystal Blue in Gen 2. And Dad is played by Ryan Abedi, who is new to the Bakugan franchise, but I do see him voicing other characters in the future.
How long you talked? You didn't make much sense. Feels like a bunch of overcooked spaghetti to me.
Alright, I get what they were trying to do here, having Dan try to shut down V trying to justify his actions, but the mix of the soundtrack along with how unserious he is really brings the scene down.
Andrew, come. Let's change this world together.
And this really puts TC into a really bad predicament as well. He's now being pressured to rejoin Vicar even though he has become something that TC has been against since becoming part of the Misfits, but because Vicar is his family, he may not have a choice. So now we close the episode with a cliffhanger, wondering if TC will join V or remain a Misfit. Damn! TC has one of the best character arcs in the show behind Mia! Wow! So that was episode 23 of Bakugan Gen 3. Let me know your rating of the show was in the comments down below. The first part, while it followed up on the previous episode, it felt a little bit rushed and kind of felt a little insignificant since they didn't really have much of a plan for what Drago would do if he actually got into V's place, and it ended up feeling over really quickly. However, the action sequences I think make up for it. But the second part was where it all jump rocketed back to life, with us getting V's entire backstory with an amazing performance by Ali Badshah, and the writing for V's story is really, really good. I could probably make a whole video really dissecting V's character, but the layout for it and how it really tied the series together with an actual consequence to our main heroes through connection is really great. So yeah, first part was meh, second part is where all the hype is. So I'll give this episode a Baku good. Thank you for watching this review of Bakugan Gen 3. Be sure to press the like button and give us a subscribe for more awesome Bakugan content. I've been Haru Ren, thank God for Rapid Fire, and Ventry is based. Bye!